As hot as it is, I don't know how many series of videos are going to go. My camera overheats. We got some stair step cracks. This is the kitchen window, by the way. So we got a little bit of cracking right in here, the window ledge. Some stair step cracks underneath the kitchen window right there. This post has been cut off and all rusty and jagged. This is waiting for some stitches. Homeowner's policy. So what I was saying is that brick, okay, from the other one, very good building material, good insulator, all that. This is the drainage plane. These are the weep holes. Weep holes around the exterior perimeter. Most of the time, the only thing you're going to see come out of there is water vapor, catching you up to speed if you had a video. Alright? But it's porous. It's porous. So anytime this is at the end, okay, of the drainage plane. That's why we have weep holes. Over to the lintels, those metal lintels are supporting the brick. We've disrupted the drainage plane now. We're supposed to have weep holes over our fenestrations. It's French for hole in your wall, I think. But anyway, above your windows and doors, we should have weep holes. And we don't have weep holes over there. Rain gutter discharges the water too close to the structure. Right here we have what's known, a lot of home inspectors call those shrinkage pops. Corner pops is what they call them. Those are shrinkage cracks. What happens is, for various reasons, the foundation, okay, it doesn't completely dry until about 60 years. It's over 90% dry now. It's continuously shrinking. Your brick actually grows. It's the only part of your house that does actually grow, and you'll never be able to measure that. But it's continuously moving. The dynamics, the materials that make up the foundation and the brick are different. So the effects that they have from the water and inclement conditions and all those things, and humidity and rain and all those things, the brick and the foundation expands at different rates. For different reasons, and sometimes at different times. The pressure always shows up in the corner. If it's in the span of a hand, I don't know whose hand, if it goes back in this direction, that is not a foundation issue. That is not a foundation issue. You should expect that. It's a termite issue. Termites can come in the ground and come up in those corners. If I was doing a termite report, I'd be writing that up as a conducive condition that you have these exposed corners right here, because termites are blind. They just come up through the ground. They just come up through there, just doing their own little thing. They know not to be seen. They can't see. They don't want to be seen. They like cracks. They like cracks to come into your house. They like cracks to come into your house so they can eat the wood that's behind the brick right there. And coming on along, I guess we got a little bit of signs of normal wear and tear. I mean, but we got some corners around the rain gutters right there. A little bit of that's what we have. This is kind of moving on along in here. You know what I'll do? This door threshold is torn. The garage pedestrian door threshold is torn. We'll just raise this for a moment. Try not to repeat too much stuff. Okay, a tree. This should not be closer to the slab foundation than 25 feet. If the base of the tree, the base of the bush is farther around, is the diameter, okay, not the circumference, but the diameter. If the diameter is wider than 3 inches, then that's considered to be a tree. It's too close to the structure. Carpenter ants love these. Okay, they'll just come use this as a bridge to get to your structure. Okay, so they sure will. Moving on along, and then of course brick is porous. Remember, I just had that speech twice already, and brick is porous. So we expect it to take on water. We expect it to dry. And when you have bushes this close, any water that gets in behind the brick, it doesn't dry as fast as it normally would. Rain gutters are too close. You see these little guys right here? These are termite baits. These are termite baits. Termites are blind animals. They operate by pheromones. They use pheromones for sex. They use pheromones for food. They use pheromones for danger. They put food indicators in here, so when the termites are wandering around, they come in here and they take the food, they take the poison back to mama, kills the queen bee, queen ant, queen termite, kills the queen of the colony, the colony collapses. It's a pretty good principle. But they operate by pheromones. So not only does the termite come over here and eat, he comes over here and eats, and he lays down a trail and says, hey, I know where the good stuff is. So the other termites follow the pheromone trail to the bait. Now, if you do not maintain the bait system, you've left all these pheromones advertising dinner. And when the termites come over here and they say, oh, wow, man, the diner's closed. You think they're just going to turn around and go home? Also, guess maybe we've got something in the fridge. No. They're going to go someplace close and convenient. Huh. Okay, so that's why you want to monitor these. That's why you want to have them serviced regularly, because they're not a lot of use. There's some short-term use from the initial install, but without maintenance, you don't have anything. Where do termites live? In the ground. What do they eat? Dead wood. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. It's called a clue. It's called a clue. Wood mulch, closer to the house, underneath the drip line. If this is a wood destroying insect report, I'd be calling this a conducive condition. I get it. People like wood mulch. They want to keep it. They'll say all kinds of crazy stuff like, oh, well, this has been treated so that this isn't the type of wood that the termites like. No. It's a conducive condition. Is one that you might like. A fence is a conducive condition. The commode is a conducive condition. Most people want to bathe in their house as your kitchen and cook. A conducive condition. Got a little bit of a little hole right there. Bushes are too close, like I said. And our driveways are really kind of beyond the scope of this inspection. But except as how there's a porch, so it's there, but this is really. But look at this. This is cracked. This is moved. It's not just this home. I mean, you can look around. It's par for the course. It comes with the territory. But I mean, somebody might be able to trip on this. I think they could manage a trip. I do. I think they could manage a trip. And coming on along, when the flashing comes around the edge of the house right here, it's supposed to be curled in and sealed to keep it from leaking. This rain gutter, the butt end, is supposed to be a minimum of 1 inch away from the house, which it's not. We should have kick-out flashing. Right here where we got all this boogered up flashing, we should have kick-out flashing right in there to kick the water into the rain gutter, and then of course it rolls right back. I get that. That's what you're supposed to have, and again, it's not supposed to discharge because of this, 6 feet to the house. We've got our, shrinkage cracks on our corners again, wood mulch on our corners again. These are the main sewer cleanouts for our house. This is the main water shutoff valve. We got a whole video for that coming up. But it's a door right here. I just got to say that this the deadbolt. This is the striker plate. The deadbolt striker plate is missing here on the front door. And we're just kind of moving on along because we're a movers and a grobbers. When we get over here, now this is pretty interesting. This is the primary bedroom. The house faces west. It's the primary bedroom west house. And look at this. Our freeze boards are just completely missing. I don't understand. We do not have kick-out flashing. The step flashing there has got the gaps in it. You can see how wind-driven rain can get in there. We don't even have the freeze board. It's just missing. Right there where that little tan thing is right there. You can just go right up into the attic. You can also tell that rodents have been entering the structure from that point right there. So that this happened. And then we also got something else going on here. That's a gable vent. If it's a faux gable vent, that's fine, but that's a gable vent because we've got continuous ridge vents. So we're mixing our vent system. Here's another one. Rain gutter's not far. It's not an inch away from and then all of our flashing is all warped, and we do not have kick-out flashing right there. Where do you think the water's going to come? It's going to come right down here over the window. It's got the rusty lintel that doesn't have the weep hole over it. All this stuff gets connected sooner or later. It all comes home. Tree too close. So it's just a crepe myrtle bud. Now these windows that are here at the front, right here, these windows are vinyl. They've replaced the west windows. I think that's a vinyl window. But we didn't replace the windows in the garage. We didn't replace the windows on the on the other side of this fence. on the other side of this fence. We didn't replace all of those windows back there. These are the windows that were replaced. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows, six windows, something like that. Now I'm going to jump ahead to the swimming pool. The swimming pool gate should open out. Okay, you shouldn't be able to push it in, and you can't. But the swimming pool gate should also have a self-closing spring on it. Should have a self-closing spring. This is our swimming pool. It's operating. This is the gas, how it enters the house, the gas piping. Well, that's been sealed right in here. The rest of the gas piping, I mean, it's all this exposed gas piping should be painted, just like this exposed gas piping was painted. The city knew to do that. We know to do that too. Okay, they're coming all along. Try and get this thing to close. Okay, ridge vent. You got another vent right behind it. Okay, that's not a bathroom vent. Is it a bathroom vent? I don't know what it is. But if that is air, it looks to me like that's an exhaust vent. It looks to me like it's an attic exhaust vent. Okay, the siding is coming down here on the side. There should be a gap. Okay, there we go. I knew I'd find something. Just bear with me. Siding gap above, west, southwest corner, primary. Got a little bit of cracking and peeling paint over here. Now the siding over here, we get a little better look. We got some apron flashing right in there. See the gaps in the apron flashing? You think wind-driven rain can get up underneath there? I do. And they come up over here, our windows. Okay, we should have Z-bar flashing over the windows. This one probably not so much, but I mean, but we should. And I got some other windows that I'll be glad to share with you. And over here, our freeze board is kind of sagging right in there. We got a hole from the old control timer for the swimming pool. The swimming pool, our mastic sealer around here needs a little bit of work. Okay. Got the pool light off, okay. Spa light off. Air bubbles. Air bubbles mean that we got an air leak. Moving. Then right over here, while we're at it, the control, the light switch, motion sensor switch, or whatever, the protective lens is missing on that. I sure wanted to lock this. I'm gonna lock it from the other side. Alright, I will. Fogging window. This is a control joint. Moving all along. Loose conduit. And that should be faceless. We shouldn't be plugging our pool sweep into the light service. You see these squares over here? This is an indication that the foundation has experienced repair. Alright, it's also on the seller's disclosure. Okay, and I believe there's some documentation. The seller even stated that there was some documentation that my client can review. Oh, we got 3 more windows have been replaced over here. Not the windows up there, but just some of these downstairs windows have been replaced. So you got a little bit of movement in the mortar around our fenestrations. It's not unusual. A little bit more over here, especially right there. That's probably the largest one I've seen so far. Moving on along, this gas on the patio, that is not capping it off. Just kinking it like that, that's not capping it off. That should have been capped off. We do not have an anti-siphon device for the swimming pool. We also, on the swimming pool, we do not have a vacuum breaker, and installing well, yeah, you should have a vacuum breaker going to the pool, and anti-siphon device going to the pool, and hooking them up like that is no longer acceptable. On the exterior receptacle outlets, these should have protective prism bubble covers on them, called in-use covers. Keep going, bud. We're going to make this in just 2 videos. You are. Okay. Well, come along here. This is the clothes dryer vent. And the flap, we do not have a flap. How about that? Clothes dryer vent, we do not have a flap. Okay, over here. This is the furnace flue. It's too close to the wall. It's too close to the wall. And satellite dishes should not be installed directly to the roof covering without a special jig. I'm going to have a picture of it baked into the inspection report, and that's probably the only place you're ever going to see one. We've got on our siding, we've got some gaps over here underneath this window. Again, we do not have Z-bar flashing over the windows. And then the butt seams right here, they should have had flat. This siding is showing, demonstrate lots of use. It's probably original to the house, and sooner or later we're going to be budgeting for replacing the siding. But part of the reason why the butt seams look so aggravated, so gnarly, awful, is the reason for that is that we did not put flashing tape behind it. So there should have been flashing tape behind the butt joints. Now, I had mentioned that this vent pipe, somewhere along the line, that this vent pipe was too close to the roof covering, and that's just not the case. It must have been the angle. I was looking at it over the hip ridge or something like that. But if you see that in another video, disregard that part. It's a work in progress. This is first and second passes. Alright? I might not even be calling this stuff by the right names. I know I'm looking stupid and silly. I get that. And I can weather that. I can weather that. So you see it like I see it. Okay, so it looks better. We don't have the repose. We got a dog door installed. This little, they call it the storage room, but it's kind of the utility area. This is where the water heater and the furnace are located, and we're missing some of our baseboard and our casement around the door, and we got a dog door in here. Casement's missing. We definitely had some water issues going on over here in the past. This light, it should have a protective cover over it. Now go ahead, while we're at it, we got ears all over this house. It's wired. Alexis, play some Frank Zappa. Okay. No GFCI in here. But this popcorn ceiling, it looks like we've had some water issues right there. See that? This popcorn ceiling. It's not unusual for it. It's not unheard of for it to have asbestos in it. Now, if it's asbestos, you can paint over it and encapsulate it. If you like the way it looks and you can live with it and you want that, it's got some insulation qualities, both for sound and you can paint over it and encapsulate it, and that's all the EPA cares about. Do you want to know if it has asbestos in it? Don't care. Don't care. Treat it like it does. Okay. Wear protective gear anyway. You're going to wear a mask. Don't tell me you're not going to wear a mask when you take that off. Junior and juniorette need to go to grandparents' house. And then you put the mask on, the goggles on, personal protection. We know all about that. We've had that for a couple years now. Okay, and gloves. Bag it up. Vacuum. Damp mop. Vacuum again. Bag up all the acoustic. Take it to the dump. Tell them that you think that it's asbestos. They won't. Dallas County, I don't think would charge you for that. And just take it to them and just drop it off, and just, if there is a asbestos charge, and I doubt it seriously, tell them it's unknown. It's not going to cost as much as testing it. Just treat it like it's got asbestos in it. It doesn't have to have asbestos in it. You don't need to be breathing that anyway. Coming on along. We're right about where we started. We did this in 2 videos. Oh, we got some separation between the door right here and the brickwork.